Friends, if you are a senior, a veteran, or someone living on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, I need you to listen very carefully right now, because overnight, quietly, without a lot of headlines, extra January funds were approved, and for many of you, this means more money showing up than you expected, with some people already waking up to larger deposits, some seeing separate bonus-style payments, and others asking whether this is real, whether it is theirs, or if it is a mistake. And that is exactly why we are here today on USA Secure Benefits to discuss this matter in a serious and straightforward manner. As this is not hype, this is not a rumor, and this is not false hope, but rather what is happening right now is a real January funding adjustment tied to benefit timing, protection rules, and cost of living support. And it is catching a lot of people by surprise. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I am going to explain what this midnight bonus alert really means, who it applies to, and what you should do next, all in calm, clear, plain English. Now, friends, I know how tight things are right now, with groceries costing more, prescriptions costing more, rent, utilities, insurance, it all keeps climbing. And for millions of seniors and veterans, January is not an easy month, as the holidays have just passed, bills are stacked up, and that first month of the year often feels like starting from behind. So when extra funds appear or are approved to appear, it matters deeply, not because it makes anyone rich, but because even a little extra help can mean groceries instead of skipping meals, or heat instead of worrying about the power bill, or peace of mind instead of panic. And that is why today's update is important. And that is why I want to make sure you understand it clearly without confusion or fear. Here is what is going on behind the scenes. At the start of January, several benefit systems reset at the same time. Payment calendars roll over, cost of living adjustments take effect, income protection rules update, and certain supplemental funding mechanisms activate automatically. What happened this time is that multiple January adjustments aligned, creating what looks and feels to many people like a bonus payment. For some, this shows up as a higher than normal deposit, a separate small payment, or funds arriving earlier than expected, right around midnight or early morning hours. These are not random payments. They are tied to January benefit recalculations, protection thresholds that prevent benefit loss, and timing corrections related to weekends, holidays, and New Year processing. In simple terms, the system adjusted in your favor. Now let us be very clear, friends, because honesty builds trust. This does not apply to everyone the same way. Here is who is most likely to see extra January funds: seniors on fixed Social Security income, people receiving SSI or SSDI, veterans on VA, disability or pension benefits, individuals whose income is right near program limits, households impacted by January cost of living updates. These folks often qualify for automatic adjustments or safeguards that kick in when the year changes. Now, who might not see this? People with higher outside income, those who already max out certain benefit caps, individuals whose January payment already reflects all adjustments with no overlap, and that is okay. This does not mean anything is wrong. It simply means the adjustment did not apply to your situation this time. Let me slow this down and explain a few terms you might be hearing without the government language cost of living adjustment. That just means benefits are adjusted to keep up with higher prices, payment timing adjustment. This happens when holidays or weekends shift when money is sent. Supplemental support. This is extra help that fills gaps when income is tight. It is a protected income threshold, that is a safety line that prevents benefits from being reduced when costs rise. None of this is new. What is different is how they lined up in January. Let me share a couple of real-world examples that help this make sense. There is a widow living alone who depends on Social Security and a small SSI supplement. January is always hard for her because heating bills spike. This time, her deposit came in higher than she expected. It was not life-changing, but it meant she did not have to choose between heat and groceries this week. Another example is a disabled veteran on a fixed VA payment. Because of how January benefits processed, he saw a separate small deposit show up overnight. He thought it was a mistake. It was not. It was a system adjustment designed to protect him from rising costs. These are the kinds of quiet updates that do not make headlines, but they change real lives. So why did this happen now? Because January is when systems reset and reconcile, agencies review new yearly cost, data, income limits, payment timing, and benefit protection rules. The goal is simple: prevent seniors and veterans from falling behind as costs rise. This is not about politics. It is about stability. When everything updates at once, some people receive extra support automatically without needing to apply. That is exactly what many of you are seeing right now. Now let us talk about timing, because this is where many people get confused. Most of these extra January funds are appearing late at night around midnight or in the early morning hours, depending on your bank or credit union. Why? Because benefit systems often process overnight batches, especially at the start of a new month and a new year. Here is what is important to understand. These adjustments are being released in waves, not all at once. Some people already received the extra funds, are seeing pending deposits, or will receive them within the first several days of January. This rollout depends on your benefit type, your payment schedule, your bank's processing time, and how your account interacts with January recalculations. So, if you have not seen anything yet, do not panic. That does not mean you are excluded. It may simply mean your adjustment is scheduled slightly later in the processing cycle. Now, friends, this is where I want you to lean in. There are a few important details that many people are missing, and these can make a real difference. Hidden detail number 1. Some extra January funds do not show up labeled as bonus or extra. They may simply appear as a slightly higher deposit or a small second payment with a generic description. So always look at the amount, not just the label. Hidden detail number 2. These funds are not loans. They do not need to be paid back. They are part of approved benefit adjustments and protections. Hidden detail number 3. Receiving this money does not automatically disqualify you from future benefits. The system already accounts for it. That is a big relief for many people. Hidden detail number 4. Some people may receive more than one adjustment in January, but on different dates. So keep checking your account calmly over the next several days, and let us talk about what you should actually do step by step. First, check your bank account carefully, including pending deposits. Look at amounts, dates, any separate transactions. Second, do not immediately spend everything. If you are unsure, give yourself a day or two to confirm that the funds are settled. Third, do not call agencies in a panic. Right now, phone lines are overwhelmed, and in most cases, this payment is automatic. No action is required, and calling will not speed anything up. Fourth, keep a simple record, write down date received, amount, how it compares to your usual payment. This protects you and gives you peace of mind. And finally, if something truly looks wrong, like a missing payment after your normal window, then follow up calmly. But for most people watching right now, this is normal and approved. Friends, I want to pause here for a moment. If you have been feeling anxious, if money worries keep you up at night, if you are constantly checking your account hoping for relief, you are not alone. Millions of seniors and veterans are carrying the same weight, and while this extra January support may not solve everything, it is a reminder of something important. You matter, your stability matters, and help is not disappearing. It is adjusting. You deserve clarity. You deserve dignity, and you deserve updates explained in a way that does not make you feel small or confused. That is why we are here together on USA Secure Benefits. Let us quickly recap what you need to remember. Extra January funds were approved and released through benefit adjustments. Some people are seeing larger or separate deposits, often overnight. This is tied to January recalculations, timing shifts, and cost protections. Not everyone receives the same amount, but many receive something. These funds are real, approved, and not a mistake. Most people do not need to take action. If the money appeared in your account, it is there for a reason. Sometimes help does not arrive with a big announcement. Sometimes it comes quietly in the middle of the night as a small adjustment that says we did not forget you. And for many seniors and veterans this January, that quiet help is making a very real difference. Before you go, friends, let me ask you something. If this explanation helped you feel calmer, clearer, or more confident, please take a second to subscribe to this channel, USA Secure Benefits. We are here every day breaking down real verified updates in plain English. Share this video with a friend, a spouse, or a family member who relies on benefits, and leave a comment below telling us, did you see an extra January deposit? Are you still waiting? Your comment helps others feel less alone, and it helps this community grow. As always, take care of yourself, Stay patient, stay informed, and I will see you in the next update. Now, to delve deeper into this matter, it is crucial to understand that the alignment of these adjustments in January is what has led to this situation where benefit systems are resetting simultaneously, causing these unexpected but welcome increases in payments for those who qualify. And while the transcript highlights the seriousness of the financial strains faced by seniors and veterans, it underscores the importance of these funds in providing even a modicum of relief in times of rising costs. Furthermore, the examples provided illustrate how these adjustments can impact real individuals, such as the widow who now has a bit more to cover her heating bills without sacrificing essentials, or the veteran who initially mistook the deposit for an error, but realized it was a protective measure against inflation. These stories serve to humanize the process and show that while the amounts may not be transformative, they are meaningful in everyday life. Additionally, the emphasis on not panicking and checking accounts methodically is key advice to avoid unnecessary stress, as the rollout occurs in waves based on various factors like benefit type and banking processes, and the hidden details revealed ensure that recipients know these funds are legitimate, not repayable, and do not affect future eligibility, which alleviates common concerns. In essence, this January funding adjustment represents a systemic effort to maintain stability for vulnerable populations, and by staying informed through channels like USA Secure Benefits, individuals can navigate these changes with greater confidence and less anxiety. Moreover, the call to action at the end encourages community building, which is vital for sharing experiences and supporting one another during such times. Ultimately, this update serves as a beacon of clarity in a landscape often clouded by confusion and misinformation, reminding everyone that support mechanisms are in place and functioning as intended to protect those on fixed incomes from the harsh realities of economic pressures. And as we move forward into the year, keeping abreast of such developments will be essential for maintaining financial peace of mind.